So for number 7, we are given a quadratic in standard form and we're asked to convert to vertex form. So down below here I wrote the generic vertex form, so we need the vertex h comma k, and then we also need to identify a, so we could throw that number in front. So in order to find the vertex, it requires a formula for standard form. So we need to identify a and b for the formula. A is the number in front of the x squared, which is a 1, and b is the number in front of the x, which is a 2. So the formula to get the x-coordinate is opposite of b over 2a. So if b is 2, the opposite would be negative 2. And my denominator is 2 times a, and I'm plugging in 1 for a. So to simplify this, the numerator is still negative 2, and the denominator, 2 times 1 is 2. So negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1. So I'm actually going to record the vertex up here so I can have a spot to throw in the first coordinate, which is negative 1. How do I find the y-coordinate? I take negative 1 and plug it in. So f of negative 1 is saying I'm plugging in negative 1 into this equation wherever there's an x. So negative 1 squared plus 2 times negative 1 minus 24. So negative 1 squared is 1. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2 minus 24. 1 minus 2 is negative 1. Minus 24, that would be negative 25. So I have my vertex, and then I know a, which is the number in the very front of the x squared, is a 1, so now I can convert to vertex form. So I'm actually going to erase the original here and throw in some numbers. Here we go. So it started out a, which is 1. You could write a 1 there and start opening up parentheses, or we could just leave it blank since a is 1. So it starts out x, and then our vertex here is negative 1, negative 25. So if the first coordinate's negative, you always flip the sign when you plug it in, or if you're trying to pull out the vertex. So x plus 1 squared, and then the back number stays the same, minus 25. So this would be our vertex form.